Noswaithar, good evening. Sidaki Heno, how are you tonight? Well, the first thing I'd like to say is I'm actually recruiting. I'm looking for someone special to join my fantastic team in Holyhead. And if you or you know somebody that's good at communications, good at social media, web, and print communications, and you want to help me make a real difference on Anglesey, please do get in touch. I'm also having a couple of surgeries coming up. I do regular surgeries over the phone each week, but I also do face-to-face surgeries, and those next surgeries are going to be in Amloch and in Bentlek. So if you'd like to come along and meet me, I get in touch with my team. Or if you in your village or your community would like to host a surgery or you've got a good venue, again, please do reach out and we'll get something in the diary. It's been a busy week here in Westminster. It's been my first full week back. I started the week on Monday by speaking in the nuclear financing bill about how important Wilfa Knoweth is to Anglesey. And then on Tuesday, I spoke in Bay's questions to the Energy Minister, and he committed to coming to the island to visit Wilfa Knoweth. So that's going to be an exciting trip, hopefully over the next few months. I then held a meeting with the Farming Minister, Victoria Prentice, and Lord Zach Goldsmith, to which I invited the NFU and also the Kennel Club to discuss the amendments that I've been making to the Animal Welfare Kept Animals Bill. I then met with the Parliament Education team to discuss bringing school students from Ynys to Westminster to learn about democracy and Parliament. We're trying to get something in the diary, hopefully in September. I in Prime Minister's questions on Wednesday, I asked the Prime Minister about progress on Welsh free ports, and I was happy to hear that the Secretary of State for Levelling Up and Free Ports is in discussions with Welsh Government. I then also spoke with Michael Gove at the 1922 that evening, and again pressed him on free ports. I had excellent meeting with Mentor and their partners to discuss an update for the Holyhead Hydrogen Hub, and I met with the British Association for Shooting, and they invited me to get involved there. And lastly, I attended a meeting with other North Wales MPs and with Avanti and Transport for Wales to discuss the transport issues across North Wales. Now, something I wanted to talk about in detail tonight is the fact that I received hundreds of emails and phone calls and letters from residents, businesses, charities and community groups from across Anglesey about a wide range of issues, from potholes to problems accessing our NHS. And during the second half of last year, an increasing number of you wrote to me to raise your concerns about ambulance waiting times. And I met and spoke with people across Anglesey, and it became increasingly clear how worried so many of you have become about the lengthy delays in ambulance response times. So that I could get a better understanding of the extent of people's concerns, I carried out an online survey through my website to find out more about people's experiences of calling for an ambulance, and hundreds of people spared their time to complete the survey, and I'm most grateful. And some of the descriptions that I read about their experiences were exceptionally harrowing. Alarmingly, 93% of respondents from across our island reported that they'd already endured lengthy delays in waiting for an ambulance, or that they were worried about getting an ambulance on Anglesey if they urgently needed one. Now, I'd like to be very, very clear. I'm in no way critical of the crews of the Welsh Ambulance Service, and their fortitude and perseverance and professionalism and compassion is inspiring, and they certainly deserve, along with the volunteer first responders, our respect and gratitude. And they've particularly faced unprecedented challenges through the pandemic, and I know how exhausted so many of them must be. They've faced relentless pressures, and as we traverse through the winter and the challenges of Omicron, we all know that these pressures certainly will not be easing. Now, many of you took the opportunity to raise the provision of defibrillators with me, and a not insignificant number informed me that they felt it necessary to even purchase their own defibrillator because they're so worried that an ambulance may not arrive on time if they need one. And I took your concerns and experiences to the management team of the Welsh Ambulance Service at the earliest opportunity, and during my discussions with the Ambulance Service and Calon Hearts, the Welsh Heart Charity, I learned that the provision of defibrillators across Anglesey is patchy at best, and there's no single map that shows where all these life-saving devices are located across our island. And with the support of the ambulance service, I've launched a campaign to raise awareness of defibrillators and encourage local people to help map them, support people to fundraise for getting them locally, and provide training in their use. And I'm delighted that this initiative is also being supported by the excellent Men to Mourn team, who recently announced that they are supporting the installation of 40 defibrillators across North Wales. And I'm sending a leaflet out to every home on Anglesey towards the end of January that features a map showing the locations of some of the defibrillators and offering people support to raise money for a defibrillator in their community. It also includes an invitation to submit details of defibrillators around Anglesey, so we can actually create a location map, and I'm hoping to link the map with the BC UHB project, Hourlass, to do this more effectively. It's being printed by the amazing W.O. Jones printers in Llangefni, and I'd like to take the opportunity to thank the Two Sisters Food Group for paying for the printing. An update on COVID. Vaccination teams across North Wales have continued their fantastic work over the last week, and to date they've administered a booster jab to an astonishing 78% of eligible adults, putting North Wales slightly ahead of the Welsh average. And despite this success, there are still around 100,000 people eligible for a booster who've yet to come forward, and I would urge these people to remember that 2 doses of COVID-19 vaccine do not offer strong protection against symptomatic infection from the Omicron variant, and a booster jab will build your antibodies, providing up to 70% protection. The local health board will be texting everyone eligible for a first, second or booster dose to encourage them to attend one of their drop-in clinics as soon as possible. And those who come forward in the coming days will experience very minimal queuing, so could be vaccinated in as little as 5 minutes. We know that many people aren't currently able to have their vaccine because they have COVID-19 or they've tested positive within the 28 days, and I encourage these people to attend a drop-in clinic as soon as their 28-day period following a positive test has ended. For an up-to-date list of drop-in clinics on Anglesey, please visit my website, virginiacrosby.co.uk. I'd like to end by saying I wish you a restful weekend. If I can be of any assistance, please do get in touch. You can get in touch via my website, give me a call, or you can pop into my office in Holyhead. Many thanks. Bye.